Welcome back to this NIMBY Rail series where we're rebuilding the entirety of the National Rail. Today is the 16th episode, we're going down the list in alphabetical order. Today is L for the LNWR. So let's get into it. So as most of our LNWR is complete, we only need to do 3 lines. One being the branch line between Watford and St Albans, the other one being between Bletchley and Bedford, and the other one being Birmingham up to Crewe. But we kind of need to come towards London to come and do a U-turn up to Crewe, which we will be getting onto in a bit. But first we're going to come down all the way over to Watford Junction over here, because what we're going to do is we are going to be building in just one platform in over here. We're also just going to make it a little bit more realistic and just take off that. We're also just going to curve this off like so and curve it like that. And now we're just going to pretty much do this entire route just a single track. So next station will be Watford North. So we're just going to put in a Watford North station in here. So we're just going to quickly rename this over to Watford North and take out this side of the platform. So the reason why we're doing it single track is because not only is it single track, but it is also not really going to be used by many, but also because there will be only one train running along this line. Next station will be Garston, which will be located in just about this section over here. So we're going to put this in the middle, something like that, and then also just take out that side of the station, and then continue to put in like so. Make that go past, and our next station will be Bricket Wood, which will be just over here. So let's move this a little bit further down and rename it to Bricket Wood, and then just very quickly connect these up and then start to go this way. Next station will be How Wood, so that will be located in this spot just here. Kind of just measure out, kind of rename the station, and then like so. So the next station will be Park Street, and Park Street station will be just over here. So like always, we're just gonna take out one half of the station and just have this come all the way around into How Wood. And after Park Street, we're gonna come up through here and around this curve, because our next station will indeed be St Albans Abbey. So we're going to put in the station like so, and then remove the southern platform there, and then work our way to connect it just like that. And costing 16 million will be the St Albans branch line. Somehow it costs 16 million, I'm not too sure, but the next branch line will be Bletchley to Bedford. Unlike the last one, this one will be a double track. So what I'm going to do firstly is I'm going to have this line just continue along like so, and also just do something like this. And then from over here, we're just going to connect this platform up here. And then we're going to come out a little bit, and we're just going to bridge across over, because this is how I've done it. So we're just going to tunnel underneath this main road here. And then we're going to come all the way along to our first station on this branch line. This station will be called Fenny Stratford. So we're just going to move all of this along a little bit, kind of like that. So now we're going to come out of the station, we're going to come over this, pretty much across everything there. And we are going to come up to our next station, and this one will be Brick Hill. So just slightly connect that up. Maybe even move this over a little bit, just so it's a little bit faster running. But now we're just going to come up to the next station of Woburn Sands, which will be located just in the spot here. Luckily for us, we don't need to rename it, we just do something like that. It's going to be a little bit difficult to come out of here, but I can make it work just like that. The next station will also be right over here, so I'm going to put this in just here, and this will be Aspley Guys, I'm guessing is how you say it. But just like the last one, I'm going to have to push the station back a little bit by a couple meters just so it will work. So now we're just going to come in a straight line pretty much across all of here. And we're just going to bridge across everything here. Actually, what we're going to do is we're just going to put in our next station, which will be Richmond, in this tiny little gap here. And then kind of curve it like so. Although I kind of do want to have this at an angle like that, so then I can just follow this along round to our next station over here of Lidlington. So we're going to shove in the station in this spot there, and then instantly come out, come through this gap down here, where our next station of Millbrook will be just here. So just like this, we can now move onto the other side up here to our next station of Stewartby. So this will be just on the other side of the park here. So we're just gonna do something like that. And after Stewartby, our next station will be over here. And this one here will be Kempston Hardwick. So we're gonna just come down all the way down to here and just put this entirely up to there. And then come along around this section where we are going to come underneath the main line into Bedford, come around up this bend here as well, where our next station of St John's will be. So I'm just going to put the station a little bit further out like so. Also just realised we have 2 road hits just at Kempston. That will be an easy fix, just like that. Let's come back over to St John's and finish off this bit. Not really too keen on that curve, so I'm just going to move this station forward like that, where it's going to curve over and onto a bridge and come round. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate platform at Bedford as well, just so we don't disrupt the current services that go through it. But what I'm also going to do is a whole separate bit, just so we can link up this other platform if we need it at Bedford. So now with the Bletchley to Bedford branch done, we now have one more branch line to complete. So we're going to come down to Birmingham New Street over here. And what I'm also going to do very quickly is I am just going to do something like this. Just so at least we can use all the platforms at Birmingham New Street if we need to. Anyways, at Birmingham New Street, what we're going to do is we are going to come out the station, coming this way. And around here, what we're going to do is we are going to be curving off. We're also just going to curve off the line and come around like so. What I'm also going to do is I'm just going to bridge all the way across that railway there, and we're just going to come all the way up. I'm going to come underneath the park and curve this way, and we're going to come along here and just come underneath that bit and then come around. We're pretty much going to speed our way through this station here. We will not be stopping at, but that will be Hampstead Station. We are just going to come around this long bend here, and eventually we will get to our station of Thames Bridge Parkway, which the station will be in this spot here. So we're just going to use this like this. So now we're going to come out of Thames Bridge Parkway, and we're just going to curve all the way up to Bescott Stadium, which we will not be stopping at, but we will be coming all the way through like so. Ooh. And the first issue we come into is indeed this road, and not even any of the rivers that I have gone over. To my knowledge, they are building 2 stations over here, but at the minute they are not built, so I will not be building them in. So here we are going to be using this branch down here. What I normally do is I do just do that, just so I know that a train line does indeed go down there. But what I'm going to do is we're going to bridge our way just over this tiny river here and come all the way down to Wolverhampton station like so. And I'm also going to come up to this platform. I'm just going to connect that into the main bit there. So now the final thing we need to do here is just double check this line. So Stone Station we have completed. So we're going to come along here into Stoke-on-Trent and we are going to be stopping at Longport. So I'm just going to connect this up to the main line over here. I'm going to come along. So now what we're going to do is we are going to have to kind of knock out this line over here, because there is indeed another platform at Kidsgrove, which I kind of forgot to add in. But we're just going to connect that up through there. And then just like that, we have that platform done, and we also have our line into Crewe complete. So now that is the entirety of the LNWR complete. Yes, I know that West Midlands is technically LNWR now, but according to National Rail it isn't, so we're just doing the LNWR lines for the minute and not the entirety of the West Midlands. So we're going to build all blueprints and we are going to come down to this and we're going to add in the lines. So I'm going to start off here is I'm going to come all the way down to London Euston over here. And I'm just going to use one of the platforms, and I'm going to start off with the train service. So I'm going to come all the way along here and come through up the National Rail platform at Harrow and Wealdstone, and then come flying through Watford Junction, Hemel Hempstead, Berkhamsted, and finally we're going to come into this platform at Tring, and then we're just going to bounce back down the few stations that we do indeed stop at. And just like that, this service is complete. This is the Euston to Tring line. So now what I'm going to do is put 2 trains on this line to make it pretty much a train every 30 minutes. So 2 trains per hour. So this one will be the Euston to Milton Keynes. So we're going to zoom into London Euston, come all the way along to Harrow and Wealdstone up there. And then we're going to stop at Bushy. And then Watford Junction. So we're going to stop at Kings Langley. We're going to stop at Apsley, Hemel Hempstead, Berkhamsted, the stopping platform at Tring, Cheddington, Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley, and finally we're going to come into the terminus platform at Milton Keynes Central, and then we're just going to come down all the way down the line. And just like the last one, I'm going to put on 3 trains and 4 trains to make it a train every 28 minutes, which is pretty much close enough to a train every half an hour. So I'm going to clone this line and we're going to run this into Birmingham New Street. So coming through Euston 8th platform here. So we're going to run straight to Watford Junction, then all the way over into Leighton Buzzard, Bletchley, Milton Keynes, but we are going to come through the stopping platform. So I'm going to stop at Wolverton. So we're going to go all the way up to Northampton, then along Buckby, then all the way down into Rugby, Coventry. So we're going to stop at Canley, Tile Hill, Berkswell, Hampton, Birmingham International, and then we're going to come all the way over into Birmingham New Street. We're going to bounce back and through Birmingham International and all the way down this line. And just like that, we are going straight back into Euston. So I'm going to shove on 4 trains for the minute. Then I'm going to shove on another 4 to make this a train every 30 minutes, 2 trains per hour. So now I'm going to clone this line and we are going to do Euston to Crewe. So this is going to skip out a couple of stations here, running straight to Milton Keynes Central. So we're going to opt for the top platform at Rugby. I'm also just going to do that for the minute, so when we come back that is all sorted. Our next station will indeed be Nuneaton, so Atherstone, Polesworth, Lichfield, Rugeley Trent Valley, then straight into Stafford. And then we're going to terminate at this platform here at Crewe. We're going to come down the route and hopefully the route will fix itself. And it seems like it hasn't, so I'm just going to shove myself on the other Tamworth platform here and see if it fixes itself, and it definitely does. But it doesn't between Polesworth and Atherstone, which I will have to fix in a minute. But with that all done, I can now fix this section, and there we go, that is all sorted and fixed. So now I just need 1 train per hour on this line, so I'm just going to shove on a couple more trains, and a train every 1 hour and 10 minutes will be close enough. I'm going to clone this line because there is a Stafford to Crewe line on the LNWR, so I'm going to come all the way over to Stafford. I'm going to use this platform at Stafford, and I'm going to come all the way over to Stone, Stoke-on-Trent, Longport, Kidsgrove, and just along this line into Crewe here, and then we're just going to bounce back through this branch. And just like that, I'm going to shove on 1 single train per train every hour and 7 minutes, close enough to an hour. And now what we're going to do is we are going to do Birmingham to Crewe. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in all the way over here, just use this platform for now. We're going to come up through here to Cambridge Parkway, into Wolverhampton, then Penkridge. Going to also very quickly rename the station to Penkridge instead of Penkridge Station. Then Stafford, and then we're going to come onto this branch here and pretty much just follow the line we have just completed. And then into that platform at Crewe, and then just bounce our way back through the Stone branch, and then through Penkridge and Wolverhampton to curve off and go up to Cambridge Parkway and into Birmingham like that. So now I'm going to shove on a train, and I'm going to shove on an extra one for a train every hour. I'm just going to clone this line because we're going to do the Birmingham to Liverpool, but we are not going to be using this branch line at all because we are just going to be following the main line from Birmingham New Street. So I'm just going to use this platform here. I'm going to come through Smethwick and all the way up through Wolverhampton and Penkridge with Stafford, and then just come up the main line all the way over to Crewe. And I'm going to come all the way up to Winsford, Hertford, Acton Bridge, and off this branch to Runcorn, Liverpool South Parkway, and then all the way into Liverpool Lime Street. And then we're just going to come along down the line, just like how we came. And just like that, that is another line complete. So like last one, I'm going to put on 2 trains, and I'm going to shove on a 3rd one to make it every 56 minutes, which is close enough to a train every hour. Now we only have a few lines to do, which would be the Bletchley to Bedford and the Watford junction to St Albans. So we're going to come all the way over to Bletchley over here using that platform, and we're just going to connect up every single station along this branch, and then come into Bedford station. And just simple enough, I'm only going to put on 1 train on each of these branch lines, and that will be every 57 minutes, which is close enough to the actual every hour. And then this one will be the Watford junction to St Albans, starting off the platform here, and then coming all the way up the line, and then straight back down into the platform there. So that will also be a train, which will be every 26 minutes, which will be perfectly fine. So now, as we have all these services for the LNWR complete, like I said earlier, yes, the LNWR is pretty much the exact same as the West Midlands Railway, but the West Midlands have more services, so that will be in its separate video when we get to it later in the series. So now, since we have all of these lines and services complete, we can now fast forward a full 24-hour period to see how much money the LNWR makes, so I'll be back with you in a second. So now we have fast forwarded a full 24 hours to see how much money the LNWR will make in a full day. So we're going to come up to assets, we're going to be on lines alphabetical and total. So we're going to scroll down until we see L, so over here will do. So first, the Birmingham to Crewe makes 400,000, the Birmingham to Liverpool makes 600,000, the Bletchley branch makes 300,000, Birmingham to Euston makes 1.7 thousand, the Euston to Crewe makes 600,000, the Milton Keynes makes 600,000, the Stafford to Crewe makes 200,000, 100,000, and the Watford branch also makes 200,000. So as you can see on screen now, the LNWR has made 4.9 million, which is just 200,000, just 200,000, and 190 more than the LNER has made in their first day, and also more than the London Overground by a good 300,000. Anyways, that is it for the LNWR video, costing just over 100 million in total and a revenue of just under 5 million in its first day. So the next video in this series will be the Lumo service coming from London all the way up to Scotland, and that video will come out in 2 weeks time. Anyways, I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye.